My name is Hamza. I was born in 1980, brought up in these estates in London, Hackney. Growing up, I had wonderful, loving parents. Like with many people, I had key moments that changed my life. One of them is when I embraced Islam, and the other is when I doubted it. Yes, even I had doubts. I became Muslim here on October the 5th, 2002, and there were three main reasons why I embraced Islam. One, I was intellectually convinced. Two, I was attracted to Islamic values. And three, I used to perform salah before I became Muslim. When I became Muslim, it was such a blissful experience. However, I remember someone responding to an email of mine regarding the linguistic miracle of the Quran. But I had no clear response. That blissful, cloud-like experience was now becoming a distant memory. As a result, my mind almost left Islam. But my heart and soul were on fire, refusing to accept nothing else apart from the truth of the deen. This tug of war was ripping me apart, but I was not going to fail. I remember praying to Allah, and in prostration I was asking Him for conviction. How do I explain the linguistic miracle of the Quran without speaking the language? And that's where it all started. I acquired everything I could on the topic. I spoke to students of knowledge, I bought expensive books, I visited libraries, and to my amazement, when I was researching at the British Library here, I found a rare PhD entitled Towards a Text Linguistic Definition of Quranic Inimitability. I asked them for a copy, but they never got back to me, and that's when I hit a brick wall. So I decided to call Talk Languages and request an expert on the Quran. When I met my teacher for the first time, I explained my situation. And at that moment, he stands up, he walks around his table, he goes to a drawer, he picks up some papers, he walks back, and he puts them in front of me. And lo and behold, it was the PhD I was looking for. And what's even more amazing, he was the author, Dr. Sami Al-Halawani from Al-Azhar University. I then further developed my ideas on the topic, and I was asked to write a chapter of the book, The History of the Magnificent Quran. When I wrote the chapter, the publishers said that it had to be checked by scholars. Being relatively young with not much experience on the topic, it was totally understandable. However, during that period, the dawah scene was quite dark. There was egos, nasty competition, and I was thinking of just simply quitting. I was so close to a decision. But alhamdulillah, 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 I received a text message by the publishers, and they said something along the lines of, the scholars said this is one of the best things they've read in the English language. I took this as a sign to continue my journey. In 2009, I joined iERA. I recalled visiting Chicago for a tour. And there was one brother, and I don't remember his name, ripped into me. He said, Hamza, what is all of this? Who are you developing? What real impact are you having? All of this is just a show. That really got to me. It hit me hard. When I went back to the iERA office, I broke down crying. It was then I made a commitment that I'm going to focus on developing and empowering others. That key milestone helped me develop advanced training for iERA, and it became the basis of my best-selling book, The Divine Reality, God, Islam, and the Mirage of Atheism. And the process of writing chapters 13 and 15 completely obliterated my doubts. I also completed my master's degree in philosophy, and I continued postgraduate academic research at the University of London. It is without a doubt Allah planned this journey for me. I realized that my doubts were not purely intellectual. I needed to connect and to know Allah more. I needed to empower others. A year after my book was published, I was asked to become iERA's CEO. Alhamdulillah, we increased our operational growth by over 1,000%, and we delivered advanced training to scholars, imams, and activists from all around the world. With iERA's support, since July 2020, we have moved advanced dawah to Sapience Institute. In 9 months, we have already trained over 6,000 Muslims, published books, written essays, produced media and video content, and much more. Brothers and sisters, if this story has inspired you, then please support us in the next phase of our journey. Let's follow the prophetic model of empowering and developing others. Start your monthly donation now. head over to sapienseinstitute.org/donate or click the link below.